Welcome everybody to the Qatar Airways GKA Kite World Tour.
Inside the water, like everybody want to win. It's gonna be a good show.
We now have like the best showcase.
I'm here to win.
For me, freestyle is everything in my life.
Pressure is a privilege, brings out the best in us.
The level can fully be shown when the conditions are perfect.
It's time to show it.
Let's get it.
Who are gonna be our new world champions?
Wherever you go in the world, one airline goes further to make it feel exceptional. Qatar Airways, going places together.
Good morning everybody. Well, after a couple of late days here in Saquarema, we have already seen that the ocean has come back in full force. We have 10 to 12 foot sets breaking onto this world-renowned wave location, and the riders are a combination in between excited and worried out there. Wind is a little light at the moment, but forecast is it's going to pick up, and I reckon we're going to be seeing one for the history books.
And good afternoon, everybody, as we are already getting ready to go into competition mode here in Saquarema, Rio de Janeiro for the Copa Kitley GKA Kite-Surf World Cup. Conditions are looking good. A wind is starting to pick up. Riders are getting out there. But before we do, let's have a look at the highlight of the last day of competition.
Good morning, bon dia, everybody. Conditions are a little all over the place, but it looks like that wind is going to be coming in. We're going to be taking our kite surfers out there on the water, and they're going to be able to test out and see how the conditions are.
Saquarema, as you know, is a very popular place because of the surf competition.
We always see WSL competitions here.
Because you're surfing on the same spot where all the pros were surfing, you know?
I mean, the surf culture here is so strong.
Big names, big waves, barrels.
But I knew the place. I have kited here a couple of times, and I knew it was going to be super good for kiting too.
The waves are really good. Hopefully the wind is going to be on the point as well.
I was hearing a lot of voices, a lot of people. It's not the right season, it's not going to be windy, like. But then the next day we wake up was like really light. And then I see like the first guy in the water was Machu.
Have a lot of fun, get the best sections, get the best turns, get the best tricks.
I only had like a half an hour, but it was enough to see how good it is.
But then I see the girls having so much fun, you know, I'm starting to learning to abstract things, you know. I was so happy for them. They had one of the best conditions of all event, you know. Now I can't wait for our turn. Thanks for all the organizers to make this possible, and it's a dream, yeah.
Welcome to Saquarema, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, here for the Copa Kitley GKA Kite-Surf World Cup. I'm making sure hitting that big smack, even shouting out there for him. Up and vertical, letting that tail out. Nice 2 turns here for Airton. Airton smacking it out there. Staying very close to the white water, trying to keep it down. Is it going to be the one? Are we going to see a buzzer beater? Bada boom, first turn there, closing out in front of him though. And just make the most of every single turn that they can do out there. Best 2 riders out here on the water so far today, Gabriel Benetton and Ayrton Cosolino. Pedro Matos now, gaining speed off the top, getting vertical here for the Brazilian.
Well, that's it for day number 3 here in Saquarema. Unfortunately, the wind disappeared, but we've already seen our athletes having a go out here on this beautiful wave. Once again, the usual suspects out there on top. Ayrton Cosolino and Pedro Matos, the highest scorers of the day, seem to be the guys to look out for. But you know, anything can happen because any heat can be a final, and let's see what happens in the days to come.
And welcome back, everybody, as we are going to be about going into sequence for the competition. Conditions are looking very good, and the wind is already starting to pick up a little bit more. There we can see out the back, Reese Marsco about to go up. But let's go down to the beach as we caught up a little earlier with our tour manager, Tom Hartman, to tell us what is going to happen out here today.
Good morning. Here's day 6 here in Saquarema at the GKA Kite-Surf World Cup Rio de Janeiro. And we got a couple of fun days already behind us. But it looks like from now on things get a bit more serious. We got a decent swell hitting with more than 10-foot sets, I would say. And it's supposed to get bigger even throughout the next week. Today the wind is still a little bit light at the moment, but the forecast is quite promising for this afternoon, so I'm really confident that we're going to send our kitesurf athletes out there. And looking at what's happening down there, I think we're going to see a lot of good action, and yeah, let's see how the guys can handle this.
Absolutely, let's see how they can handle the action out there on the water as we are about to go 5 minutes away, and we're going to be starting off with another heat out there on the water. But we are also going to catch up with our judge, Paulino Pereira, who's going to explain to you guys and girls back home what the judges are looking for those top scores.
Okay, let's speak about the judging criteria for today. It's fully wave riding, and the size of the waves are quite big. So we are looking for flow, power, and control, okay? If we see riders under control because of the big waves, here we want to see who is going more on the pocket, and it looks like it's going to be side-off wind, so probably you're going to see some barrels, and it will be amazing to see that happening today here in Saquarema.
All right, everybody, so there it is, Paulino Pereira. Those are the ins and the outs. That's what the athletes have to do if they want to get those high scores. And already this morning, there were some absolute bombs coming down in to the Saquarema area. So we put up a little mashup so you guys and girls can feel what the conditions are here. And then it is going to be a go into competition. So check out this little video.
You have to be scared. If you are not scared, you are just maybe stupid.
Wow, I hope you are ready, guys and girls, because the live stream is going to be starting soon as the competition is going to be getting on away. We are 5 minutes out until the first athletes are going to be going out there on the water. So this is an opportunity. Go grab yourself a coffee, a cold one. It's 5 o'clock in a lot of places of the planet. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening if you're just tuning in. This is the Copa Kitley GKA Kite-Surf World Cup Rio de Janeiro here in the beautiful location, Brazil. And we are ready to go as Saquarema already is bringing some absolute bombs. So bear with us as we are going to be starting in just over 5 minutes. All right, everybody. So welcome back as we are going to be getting a go. So as you can see there, the beautiful church of Saquarema. And we have conditions ready. We have about 8 to 10 foot sets coming through the competition area. And coming out is going to be heat number 7. We have Leo Chines from Brazil, Artur Moraes, and Nicola Adavjiev. Those are the 3 athletes that are going to be going out on the water. Let's get eyes on the lycras, guys, as we have pink is Leo, we have blue Artur, and white is Nicola Adavjiev, as this heat is just about to start. There you can see yellow flag in the air, which is going to be the first athlete to throw down and get some big scores. Green flag, let's go. All right, so here we can see out in the blue, that is going to be one of the local Brazilian athletes. Some great talent out there on the water. Artur Moraes already getting a backhand wave here. All right, let's have a little look-see. So waiting to see some scores to come in here for us, as we are starting off day number 6 of the competition, and it has come out here with fire. Felipe, ¿me oyes? All right, so here we can see Nicola Adavjiev going backside from Bulgaria, Red Bull athlete. A couple of nice little hits coming down on the inside of the competition area. Already catching in one more wave. So we have a 3.93 out there from Artur Moraes. Nicola Adavjiev just about to land one score. And now let's have a little look-see on what that is going to be, a 4.77. So there we have Nicola going in the first place. And now it is going to be the time for Leo Chines. Here we have him on your score. Look at the size of this bomb coming through. Double overhead at least. He is straight lining it at the moment. Not being able to get any turns on that wave. But you can just see the size of the swell that has been hidden here for the 6th day of competition here at the Copa Kitley GKA Kite World Tour event. And what a beautiful spectacle we have had out there already, as you saw in that little video matchup that we did, how the conditions have been here this morning. And look at the smile there on Nicola. So, I mean, it is quite light at the moment. The guys are out on 11, 10s and 12s, most of the athletes, as there is a very strong current out on the water. And we will have to see. We've already seen some good turns from Charlie Martin, who has the highest score so far. And now, here we go. So out there, Artur Moraes, he is already back out in position. Really have to time it in between the sets if you want to get out there. And one of the local athletes obviously showing that local knowledge. And there are some absolute bombs coming down here in Brazil. All right, Artur, let's see what he's got. There you can see it starting to jack up. Here we go. Dropping in. Going to be looping that kite to make sure he gets that first turn. Oh, but he goes, does he get over it? He did, almost going over the falls. So they would not want to be in that position. And Moraes making his way back out. Nicola Adavjiev, I can see out of the corner of my booth, is all the way down on the inside. I presume we're going to be seeing a score for that last attempt there for Artur. Let's not forget they have 10 wave attempts. The top 2 scores are the ones that count. And it is only Artur Moraes all the way out there at the moment. Nicola is going into the water on the left-hand side of the competition area. I can see out of our streaming booth that we have prime seats right in front of the action as he is waiting, and it doesn't look like there's a set going to be coming his way, so hopefully he'll be able to get a clean entrance into the lineup. As you've seen on some of those waves, there are some absolute bombs starting to throw down. And he is going to be coming out. And there we can see Artur just making sure he stays upwind. 14-minute heats out there on the water. 2-minute transition stand. And there we can see some of the guys getting ready. And some of our athletes making their way out here for the 6th day of competition. There's been a couple of lay days. All right, so Moraes dropping in on another one. This looks like he's gone for a little smaller inside set to maybe try and get some decent scores. But nope, deciding against that. Going to be making his way out. And there you can see Adabjiev all the way out the back, already in position as well. We can just see down there on the water's edge, that was Gray Foster from the US of A. Also getting ready. And Artur, is he going to be? Yes, he is. All right. Dropping in. Here we go. Getting some good speed. Big top turn. Wants to keep it up so he can just keep going along this one. This is looking like a nice wave. Look at the size of that face. Going out. Oh, but gets absolutely munched on the inside. And Nicola trying to hold it together as well. A little bit of a bumpy entrance. He's flying down the line and deciding against that one, which is probably the intelligent move. But his kite has gone down. He wants to get that out as quick as possible if he wants to maybe have an opportunity. And there we can see Nicola just making it out of that little sticky situation. So let's have a look at some scores that are going to be dropping in here. I reckon Artur is going to have a very nice score on that last wave. Coming all the way down and getting a couple of decent turns. Local knowledge, I say it again, local knowledge. And there he is running up the beach. Sometimes it's easier to get all the way up than it is to continue out there on the water as these conditions are light. Perfect. All right, there we can see him. Artur already after that nice wave, and he has a 6.33 for that one, so currently in first position. Round number 3 of the competition, let's not forget, whoever wins will be going all the way through to round number 5, and here we can have the replay. And some nice turns here on this one, all the way down, keeping the speed and not letting up at all. Great surfing here from the Brazilian, almost losing it here. And this is the moment where he gets absolutely munched on the inside, but throwing it all out there. 6.33. And here we can see Nicola Adabjiev down at the competition. And he is just going to be running all the way out as all of the riders are out of the water so far and waiting to get back into the lineup. You can see them there on the left-hand side. 14-minute heats. Top 2 waves are the ones that count out of 10 attempts. If you're just joining us, welcome to Saquarema. And I tell you what, it has come in with force after a 2-day lay days. There we can see some of the boys. Ayrton Cosolino and Hendrik Lopez have been pushing hard for the conditions to be going. And they are liking what they are seeing. And all of us are, because there has not been a lot of waves until now. And we woke up, the swell was supposed to hit, and it is absolutely firing down here. So 10.26 for Artur Moraes, a 6.77. And we're going to get eyes on Artur there. You can see with the red kite, the North athlete, local Brazilian, going back and forward, trying to get past that white water as it is an absolute washing machine here on the inside. There you can see Nicola on the left-hand side also with the RRD. And they are going to be keeping themselves close to the rocks. And here we can see Nicola. Just look at the energy out there in the ocean. Look at the white water. And it looks like he does have a clean exit. Let's see out in front of him. As he's just going to be making it out. There's a set coming his way. I wonder if he's going to be able to get past that before it breaks. And I think he is. So, yep, there it is. All right, so we have Nicola Dagiev is back out and in position. And I can see out of the corner of my booth, he is being followed by Artur Moraes. Both of them know that they have a small backup score. Moraes an 8.90. Adagiev with a 6.77. And it looks like Nicola is going to be dropping in straight away on a wave. All right, here we go. Turn around to backside. The Bulgarian athlete dropping in. All right, deciding against it. You can see it's still a little bit side shore out there. Kind of goes in between side off and side on, depending on some of those gusts. Tough conditions for our athletes. But if you can pick off a good one, you really are going to be getting a surprise. All right, here we have Moraes. Looks like he's going to be pushing in on the inside here. This one is racking up. He is very far out onto the shoulder, as you can see. All right, nice. Big turn, but gets pulled off of the back, unfortunately, there for him. All right, so there's Nicola is out in position, and the other two riders are a little bit further down. So I reckon Nicola is going to have an opportunity maybe to drop in on a wave. He's close. He only needs something above a 2.2-ish. So he needs to increase his scores by a 2.2. So that could be a 4.1, 4.2 is kind of be where he needs to be landing if he wants to be able to have a possibility of overtaking Artur here. Let's not forget, winner of round number 3 will be making it through to round number 5 here for day number 6. Oh, big, nice hope and hack here from Nicola. Getting a little bit of a floater. Can he keep it together? He does, just closing out that section. Now, let's have a little look, see what the judges are going to be thinking of that one. Obviously, it wasn't one of the bigger set waves. Going to be interesting where they see the difference. We've seen Charlie Martin getting like 8.5, 8.6 for the big turns on big set waves. That first one from Moraes was a 4.97, the good set wave that he had, and looking like a 4.13. So it is Nicola Adagiev has got equal scores for both Moraes and Adagiev, but we're going to have to wait to see who's going to be going through to round 5 as they're just double checking there on the scores. But while we wait, let's have a look at the highlights of that hit. everybody, welcome back. Coming up next on the water, we are going to be seeing a past world champion, Matthew Lopez, and we caught up with him earlier this morning, and just look at the hype he had even in those early hours.
What's up, guys? So, waves are back. Hopefully the wind is going to be pumping too. Hopefully in a couple hours, but conditions look really good. Finally, we got proper waves. I love it when it's proper. And yeah, let's bring the show. Let's put it on. I'm excited. Put it on, bro.
Well, there it is. As Matthew said, it is on. So green flag in the sky, and then we have him dropping in. All right, so dropping in already, starting off this one. So there we can see Breno Barbosa, the Brazilian, and now Gray Foster from the US of A here with the blue lycra. We have Gray already getting one turn on, then this one straight line a bit. And here we're already starting to go. So Matthew Lopez jumping in here as he had just getting a nice little end of that wave. Let's have a little look at the replay, excuse me, of that last wave there from Matthew Lopez, already starting this heat out. Here we can see him just dropping in, looking like, yep, he is on the whip, so a square nose board. Just getting a couple of decent turns, very stylish. Matthew Lopez, let's not forget he won the event over there in Ponta Preta in Cape Verde back in February, and absolutely ripping. And now we're just waiting for some scores to come in from our judges. As we can see, already each one of these athletes have had a wave, and we're just waiting for some numbers of theirs to be dropped. So there you can see out there on the right-hand side, that is Breno Barbosa. There with the duotone on the left, Matthew Lopez. And we're just waiting for a few of them to get back out into position, as we've seen a wave from each one of them. And it looks like Breno here, maybe having a little look-see of one of these inside waves. All right, yeah, so he is deciding to go for it. See what the Brazilian has for us. Breno Barbosa dropping in. Okay, you can see this guy is a surfer just by the way he's positioned himself and moving, but closing out in front of him, so not the best wave selection there. And here we can have Matthew. This is looking like it might be a nice wave. Looking to his left, looking to his right. All right, starting to drop in. Cape Verdean representing Spain, Matthew Lopez. First turn, up and nice and vertical, dropping down, linking it together. Big, powerful bottom turn. Can he get over the foam ball? Yes, he does. Keeping it together. So two nice whacks there from Matthew, showing why he is one of the men to beat out there on the water. And here we can see the replay. Look at this. Nice and vertical. Keeps the speed. Drops in, and it's this one. Engaging. Clean bottom turn. Boom. Off of the top. Holds it against the lip. And manages just to squeak out of that section. Nice wave there from Matthew Lopez. All right, Gray Foster. Very hard for some of the athletes going backside here, as you really got to get that kite in the right position if you want to have an opportunity to be able to get some good turns. Just kind of getting a little check turn there on the ends. Not going to be anything too big when it comes to scores. Matthew Lopez getting a 6.17 for that last wave. There we can see Kelton making sure to see if Matthew is going to be continuing on the same kite or not. But it does look like he is, as he's all the way out there. You can see him out there on the D-Lab. A lot of the Alula kites over here, as this is quite a light wind location. We see Reese, obviously, with the Ocean Rodeos out there with Alula kites, quite a few of the brands. dabbing in those different constructions. There you can see Gray Foster is making his way back up the competition area so he can go in. Easy to get in close to those rocks, as it really does suck you out. You do have to be careful not to get caught up in the impact zone, as it is an absolute washing machine. And if you get caught in that, you're not going to have a possibility of continuing on. So as we stand, Matthew Lopez in first with a 3.33 and a 6.17. Second position, we have Breno Barbosa. And third position, we have Gray Foster. First time we've been over here in Rio de Janeiro, and what absolute bombs we have so far here in Saquarema today. Woke up this morning, you could already hear the power of the ocean roaring in front of our posada. And once again, thank you to all the local organization, sponsors, collaborators, and of course to Kitley, Rafael, Laura, Victor, for making this event possible. All right, Matthew Lopez having a little look-see there, but deciding against it. Matthew all the way out, as we can see some of the athletes trying to get in. All right. Just trying to stay upwind. You can see them out the back. 14-minute heats, 2-minute transitions. As this is round number 3 of the competition here for the Qatar Airways GKA Kite World Tour event, the Copa Kitley, here in Saquarema, Rio de Janeiro. And this is the last heat of that round number 3. And then we will be moving into round number 4. There we can see Kelton, Ayrton, and Hendricks. And a little look-see, as they know they're going to be coming up very shortly. All right, so it looks like Gray's kite is down, and it is about to get munched on the inside here from the white water. Oh. These waves are so powerful. There we can see Brennan also trying to find his board, as it looks like his leash is broken. And now Matthew all the way out the back. Can't even see him in between the mountains. And he is going to be engaging. All right, Matthew Lopez dropping in on another wave. What's he got for us? Gaining some speed. This is looking like a nice one, but no, deciding against it, as it is a closeout. Really have to pick the right ones to be able to get the rides. He is currently in the lead, as we are just coming under 8 minutes to go. And a beautiful wave there for Matthew Lopez. Let's have a little look at the replay of that last one. Keeping the speed. And one thing I love about Matthew, he just drives all the way through the fins. Dropping down here, keeping that line. A little bit of a one-hit wonder, but still going to be adding to his scorecards. He is currently in the lead. And there we can see him running up the beach. And the teeth are bright and they are white. All right, we see everybody getting ready. And there he is, once again. Hendrik and Matthew, look at the smile. That says it all. Body language, I keep saying it day in and day out. And both of these guys just having a good time out there. And enjoying the local waves. 2 nice bombs here for Matthew. He's got a 6.17 and a 3.33. I reckon he's going to be improving on his overall score. And there we can see him making his way back out. Let me have a look outside of the streaming booth. It doesn't look like a set's going to be coming, so I reckon he's going to be able to have a clean exit as we are continuing on here. Day number 6 of the Copa Kitley GKA Kite-Surf World Cup of our headline sponsor, Qatar Airways. And if you are just joining us, get ready to see some action because we have 10 to 12 foot waves rolling in. Wind is light, but it looks like hopefully it will be able to pick up a bit. It's just past 3:30 in the afternoon, and we have seen conditions picking up around 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. It did look like it was going to get windier earlier, but it really has taken its time, but hopefully that means the wind will stay until the end. And there we can see now Brennan Barbosa, who's been out for a little bit in this heat, is in position, so hopefully going to be able to get himself back into contentions. We have Matthew Lopez 9.50 so far, and they are getting ready. Coming up next, we will see Matt Maxwell going up against Clement Rosselló. That's going to be a very powerful heat. Clement hanging out in Tahiti a lot, kiting, very used to the big waves. And Matt Maxwell coming all the way from South Africa, so no shy man when it comes to surfing as well. Brennan here, just going off the back of that one, not really being able to get any turns. And here we have Matthew. Don't know if he's going to be deciding to take off on this one. He is very far down on the competition area. All right, so it does. Matthew Lopez here. A little bit further on the inside. Big open face hack. Just going to be milking this little inside roller. I reckon he's just trying to improve on that backup score. He has a 4.10. He's going to be coming back into the shore. And a little hop, skip, and a jump and a run up. But so far, it definitely does look like he is leading this heat. And there we can see the boys with the live scores. So 4.23 for that last one there from him. And Brennan Barbosa just not really being able to get any action out there. Looking a little bit frustrated there, unfortunately. Conditions are hard, to say the least. And the guys really having to push it. But hey, you got to risk it if you want to get those top scores. As we go into the final minute of competition here. 1 more minute to go. And there we can see Gray has let go of his kite and getting on the jet ski to make sure he's okay. So there we have Gray Foster. Unfortunately, that kite went down and not being able to relaunch that one. And we're closing in the final seconds of this heat. And there you can see Matt Maxwell making his way out. And he's going to be followed very closely here by Clement Rosselló. And those are going to be the 2 athletes that are going to be battling it out and coming in for the first heat of round number 5. Excuse me, round number 4. And this now is getting into elimination zone. And there we can see the winner of that last heat, Matthew Lopez. And the smile says it all. Shackers, stoked, loving it. Now that is what we are talking about. Let's have a little look at the highlights of that last heat. And welcome back, everybody, as we are now getting going. Continuing in this heat. All right, so here we have Max Maxwell going up against Clement, getting themselves ready. Let's see who's going to be the first athlete to take on a wave. And it looks like maybe in front there I can see a little bit further out in my booth. Nope, okay, there we can see it, Matt deciding to go back. So in the pink, Matt Maxwell. In the blue, Clement Rosselló. And it does look like Matt is having a little look-see at this first set, hiding behind the waves there. And it does look like he is going to be engaging on this one, even though he is very far out on the shoulder. Not sure who he's signaling in there in the beach. Here we can see Clement. Really does have a lot to do with wave selection out there. We've just seen Matthew Lopin against some top scorers, and here we can see the vibe down here of the Copa Kitley 2023 here, the GKA Kite-Surf World Cup Brazil. And everybody's starting to get ready as competition is on. Round number 4, the idea would be to finish round number 4 today. A total of 8 heats. Let's not forget also we have our sister tour of the GWA Wingfoil World Tour here as well. But today it is all about 100% surfing on the kite surfing side. In the water, Matt Maxwell, Clement Rosselló, and they are just waiting to see if they can drop into their first wave. Looks like Clement having a little look-see at one. And this one is definitely opening up. Is he going to engage? We will soon find out. Yep, it definitely looks like he's going to be going for this one. All right, Clement, look at how that wave is jacking up here on the inside. Getting as much speed as he can to be able to get past this nice bottom turn. Big hack there from the Frenchman. But unfortunately, just losing it there. And let's see if he can get that kite up in the air as fast as possible. But no! Making the mistake early on. And let's see if he's going to be able to get past that, as that kite has been munched by the shore break. I've got my head popped out of the competition area here. There we have him. Can he get it up? Can he get it up? He's pulling like no tomorrow. But it definitely looks like the Saquarema waters are not going to be having any of it. As Clement there, a big hit. And let's see if he's going to be able to get back out there onto the water. Early stages in this heat, so he does have plenty of time. And the kite is definitely still in one piece. And there we can see Matt all the way out the back. I know Matt is out there on the 12, and we can see Clement out there on an 11. Having about 15 knots. There's just so much current with the size of the waves coming through. It's quite hard for the guys to stay up, but we've seen the likes of some of the top riders, Matthew Lopez, making it look easy out there. And Artur Moraes, the local guy, showing that local knowledge, going very close to the rocks, using the riptide to make him get into position, and then it is going for that one-hit wonder and taking off on the good wave. At the moment, there we can see Clement. He is just launching himself in. So he's dropped that kite, and I reckon maybe he's going to be picking up a next one. There we can see Wesley Brito and Nia Suarez, 2 of the wingfoilers, and also Nia Suarez just coming up with a double win over there in the Canaries on our sister tour of the GWA Wingfoil World Tour. And Wesley Brito, the winner of the last wave event over there in Ponta, Preta, Cape Verde. So Clement running up. I reckon he's maybe going to be jumping on another kite, as I can see a couple of caddies ready. All right, so yeah, it does look like Clement's going to be able to get on another wave. Another wave, another kite. So Matt all the way out there. All right, there it is. So you can see Clement running up, and he's going to be going close to those rocks here on the left-hand side of the competition area. All right, there we can see Clement just going out in front of the crowd here at Saquarema, and he's just out there. You can see those rocks that I was talking about. If you stay close to those rocks, you are able to grab on that riptide and make your way out. That's where most of the riders timing it with the set to make sure that you don't get any of that white water coming towards you. And the rip just kind of rolls past the rocks, and if you time it right, you can have a clean entry in to this war zone that is Saquarema right now. And there we can see Dolfinho here also starting to get the vibe going down on the beach, the mascot of Kitley. There ain't a Kitley event without Dolfinho. There we can see Matt all the way down outside of the competition area. He's going to be running back upwind very shortly. And Clement already out the back and in position. Let's see if he is going to be engaging on a wave. I reckon it does look like he might be, as he's having a little look-see at this one. Is he going to be going on? Yes, he does. All right, Clement Rosselló, let's see. Starting off, he's going to have to speed if he wants to keep up and get past this section. Already, big first turn. Closing out in front of him. Unfortunately, that is not going to be what he was looking for. He has a 2.47. You can see a 2.47 and a 0.50, and you just saw him pretty much duck diving his way out. And a big set coming his way. He is going to want to get a move on if he wants to be getting out of the way. But he's going to decide to go down on this one. Ballsy move, dropping in. All right, going for the first turn. What's it is? Nice and easy. Can he get back on? No, he can't, unfortunately. Just not timing the kite quite right there. The direction is very hard. And what a shame, because that was dropping into an absolute bomb. But still, your heat leader, there he is on your screen, Clement Rosselló. All right, well, I can see that the cancellation flag is in the sky, meaning that that heat has been cancelled due to the marginal conditions. So it looks like that heat has been cancelled in between Matt Maxwell and Clement Rosselló. Unfortunately, let's not forget this is an elimination round, so meaning whoever loses will be having a one-way ticket home. So obviously the racing crew taking that into account, as the conditions are quite marginal out there. And we are going to be waiting out to see if we can have more action here for day number 6 of the Copa Kitley GKA Kite-Surf World Cup Brazil 2023. And competition is on standby. And welcome back, everybody. Unfortunately, as you can see, the sunset is starting to come down and the wind has not come back. So that is going to be it for today. As unfortunately, conditions are not coming back to us, but there we can see the golden hour already coming down here in Saquarema. Day number 6, we were able to get through a few heats, and what a day of competition it has been. Hopefully tomorrow is looking a little bit better. We're going to be starting off at 9:30 local time. So make sure to tune in, and thank you everybody for joining us here for yet another day for the Copa Kitley at GKA Kite-Surf World Cup, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Until tomorrow.
Wherever you go in the world, one airline goes further to make it feel exceptional. Qatar Airways, going places together.
Welcome everybody to the Qatar Airways GKA Kite World Tour.
Inside the water, like everybody want to win. It's gonna be a good show.
We now have like the best showcase.
I'm here to win.
For me, freestyle is everything in my life.
Pressure is privilege, brings out the best in us.
their level can fully be shown when the conditions are perfect.
It's time to show it.
Let's get it. Who are going to be our new world champions?